Hey everyone, it's Christopher here with 3DO Gaming, and I'm here to do a review on the Retroid Pocket 2 for you. I posted a short little video up there a couple days ago about the system, but I wanted to go a little more in depth with it for those that are interested. Now, the Retroid Pocket 2 is a brand new system. It just came out. It is actually the 25th of this month. It'll be fully launched, but I got it on the first pre-order, so I received mine a couple of days ago, and I am loving it. It first came out in 3 colors, the orange, pink, and a light blue, but they have launched 3 more colors, a purple, and then 2 that resemble the Super Nintendo or the Super Famicom. The system itself, it's a good size system. It's a 3.5-inch screen on it there. It's got the dual thumbsticks. One of them is raised up. The other one, it sits more flush with the system. And you got the traditional Super Nintendo buttons or PlayStation buttons. Good D-pad on it there. The buttons are nice. They are raised up a little bit, but not too much. And you got 4 shoulder pads here. And they are clicky. I like them a lot. It is a USB-C type interface, and they do give you a charging cable with it. It does have mini HDMI out, so you can plug this into the TV. And then you have your volume rocker, which is also an added bonus because not all of them have that. On the bottom is your trans flash card, your MicroSD, and you have audio out. The one I had came with a 32 gigabyte card. It will take up to 128, which is what I've put into my system. But overall, I'm liking it. It's a good weight to it, good build quality. It is not thin plastic, but it is still a plastic system, but it doesn't feel cheap at all. It feels like a quality system. Now these run, I got mine for $80, but I believe they're up to $85 now. But overall, I really enjoyed the system so far, and I'm going to take you through a few things on there. It is Android 6.0 based, so you can download apps from the Play Store on here, but there is no touchscreen. So let's turn it on and see what it has there. All right, this will be your main screen when you get it. I have added a few apps on there, and I will let you know which those are. But it go around with the D-pad fine. It does have a cursor if you press the home button for a little over a second. And then release, and you can use the D-pad here, or the thumbstick, I'm sorry. And it has a little arrow. Like a little mouse cursor. I prefer the actual D-pad controls. It's a little easier to work with. All right, now into the system. It does come with a lot of things preloaded. N64, there's a couple emulators on there already. It has a MAME emulator preloaded, Neo Geo. I did add the NES one, PSP, and you'll see a couple other, like the PS4 remote play, does not work. I'll show you that real quick. I did download it, and it let me download it from the Play Store, but pops up with that every time. So I'm gonna mess around with that and see if I can get around it, but right now it is not working. Dreamcast emulator on there. That is a difficult one. You do have to tweak with it a lot to get it to work. It comes with 2 RetroArchs on there, which will be your main hub for your other emulators, and they have a ton of stuff on there. The SNES one I downloaded as well. You do have it on RetroArch as well, but I just wanted an extra one here. Xbox game streaming is in preview mode, so we'll see how that works once it launches. But it did come pre-installed with Steam Link, so I'll have to try that out and see how that works. But it is very responsive. Again, no touch screen at all. I did put a glass screen protector on here. When you order it, it did include a glass screen protector, which is very nice. It sits flush on there, so it gives you a lot more protection. And let's see. I'm going to go ahead and open up a game and let you see how it looks. And then I'm going to preview a few more games on there. Okay, we're going to start off with a Super Nintendo emulator. So let me load that up. Now, there are no ROMs pre-installed on here, so you will have to put them on yourself. But I've loaded everything on here. Let's see. Let's load up Amazing Spider-Man. Sound quality in this is pretty good. The speakers are pretty loud. Let's go, Spidey. I have not played this game in years, but it does run well. I mean, there's no slowdown at all. The controls are responsive. The sounds give you perfect 16-bit sound quality that if you had this before, you should know how it is. But, you know, it plays really well. Cannot complain at all. Alright, next up, I'm going to load up the N64 emulator. And they actually have two on here, but I've been using the N64 old. And let's load up Cruisin' World. If anyone's familiar with it, it's a popular arcade game in the late 90s, but it was an excellent game on the system as well. No Rumble Pack. The screen looks beautiful on it. It's crisp. Actually looks better than I thought it would, to be honest. No. One nice thing with this too, all the emulators, it comes pre-mapped, so the buttons automatically work for you. You don't have to do anything with that. I've not had any trouble. Let's go Cruise the World. Stick with automatic. Let's go with the ATV. Hawaii's fine. But it plays nice, smooth. Just like I remember it. But it runs really good. It's smooth. The controls are nice on it there. It's not too touchy, not too sensitive at all. But it is responsive enough that I'm enjoying it. And I've tried other N64 games on here. Super Mario Kart, or Mario Kart 64, I apologize. It runs perfect on here. I had no problems with that. Mario 64 played really nicely. Alright, let's load up another game. Let's do Super Smash Brothers. I have not tried this one, so let's see how it goes. Okay, press start. Do one player mode, one player game. Let's go with Link. Sorry, wrong button. Oh, I guess we're going Link. And he threw a bomb at me again. Don't want a bomb. Get away. Ow. And down goes Link. So, played really well. I mean, there's a couple times the sound went in and out a little bit, but gameplay-wise, it was perfectly fine to play. So no complaints there at all from me. But the graphics, the screen looks beautiful on it. I really cannot complain at all about the screen. I mean, they look better than what I remember them looking like. GoldenEye, I have tried that. It does run. The controls are a little touchy, so it might be something better to try with a controller attached to it, connecting a Bluetooth controller. But it loads up fine and runs pretty well. But I have seen this is one that on a lot of systems goes haywire. So I'm just very impressed with this goes in there. It's got a quad-core 1.5 gigahertz processor, 1 gig of RAM on it. And let's go agent for now. Start. All right, back on the dam in the Mother Russia. So, let's see which is control. There. That. So I got the AK-47. I'm just gonna run through and shoot. I don't care. But it is playable. The only thing the controls are a little touchy, going side to side. So it might be something a little better to play with a controller. But graphically it looks good and it's very playable, so I have no complaints about this. Where are you, Michigan? There you are. There's Igor. Who's shooting at me? And where are you? There you are. That's N64. So it runs really good on here. It's very impressive. Let's go and see what else I got. Let's see. Going to RetroArch. Close. Okay. So there's the different cores. And there's the ones I put on there. The Jaguar one I have not had any success with. It just doesn't load up the games. The Lynx one works perfect. Game Boy Pocket works fine. The Neo Geo Pocket, I'm sorry, goes fine too. Let's load up the Genesis. Genesis core is loaded. Load content. Start directory. Almost all of these are pre-loaded, the categories. So you just have to pop your ROMs in the right folder on the SD card. As I said, they do provide a 32 gig when you buy it, but it does go up to 128. So let's load Genesis and let's choose a game here. Real Monsters. Old mid-90s Nickelodeon cartoon. Let's start. That runs really good. Sounds just is on point. Controls work fine. So, as expected, the Genesis one was perfect. It shouldn't be too intensive to run it, but it does its job. The controls feel nice. Again, this feels really good in your hands. So, no complaints at all. To get back in RetroArch, select and start. We'll take you back. But we're going to go ahead. I want to try something that was requested. Let's load up the PSP emulator. And let's see how God of War works. So PSP. These are some games I put on there. God of War. Chains of Olympus. One of the best PSP games out there. It's running at 60 frames right now. Dropping down to 50, 40s. Alright, we're gonna go with a new game. It's going easy. Let's go ahead and run through a little bit and rack up some kills as the God of War.
Kratos, the once great general, now known as the Ghost of Sparta, had pledged himself as a champion to the gods of Olympus. In return, he hoped only to rid himself of the nightmares that haunted him for far too long. But for now, his only respite, his only relief from the sins of his past, was found in the heat of battle. And on this day, Kratos had been called upon by the gods to confront an unthinkable evil, unleashed on the city of Attica by the invading Persian army.
Alright. Sounds not well, and it has dropped down, so let's see how it plays. Running slow. Now, I do not have any frame skip on right now, so this is running just out of the box, so I may need to do some frame skipping on here on this game. Yeah, it's running slow. Yep. So let me try reloading that and let me set up some frame skipping real quick. So I wasn't able to get God of War really to run properly, even with frame skipping. It was running really slow. I've loaded up Aliens vs. Predator Requiem for the PSP, and it runs pretty good. I have no complaints on this one. Now this is the beginning, so you just working your way through. But it runs good, no real slowdown at all. Let me see what else I can load up. See Family Guy. New game. Sure.
Still out here, huh? I have a responsibility to my PTV viewers, Brian.
Wow, marvelous. I see you stopped touching yourself long enough to learn how to play this thing. Well, let's get on with it.
But it's running good. It's a little less graphically intensive than God of War, but
I'm not the boy. Do you hear yourself talk? I might kill you tonight. I must find enough power-ups to charge my ray gun. And then, Bertram, as First Lady of the American stage Helen Hayes once said, I'm going to kill you.
let's see what.
I must find enough power-ups to charge my ray gun. And then, Bertram, as First Lady of the American stage Helen Hayes once said,
I know it runs really well. Sounds on this are fine. No slowdown at all. So it looks like most of the PSP games will run perfect on here. A few of the more intensive ones like God of War, you're going to have some issues with. Now you may be able to mess around with some settings. I haven't gone through all of them to see how it is, but let's see. Let's load Star Wars Battlefront and see how that is. Good old LucasArts. Wish they were still around. Start. New. Player one's fine. Let's go. Okay. Imperial Enforcer. Scout Trooper, let's go. First kill. It is a little slow at times. Let's see if I can. Some of them work. You have hit or miss on a few of these games for PSP, but that is a little more difficult to run. Let's go in here. See RetroArch. Oh. Load core. And these, let's give an example of everything on here. We've got all of the Ataris on here, Arcade, the MAME emulators are on here, Wonder Swan, Commodore, Nintendo System, Sega System, SNKs, 3DO, Spectrum. So there's a lot of options on here. But overall, I really like this system. I have no complaints about the build quality. Again, this is a beautiful system, I think. This is the orange one. As I said, it comes in 6 colors. It has the blue, the pink, the orange. There's a light purple and then there's the two that are the gray ones that look like Super Nintendo or Super Famicom, and that's either purple buttons or you get the 4-color buttons. But if you're looking at getting a retro handheld, I've been impressed with this one. I've tried a couple of them, but when I saw this one coming out, I jumped on it just because of the quality of it and everything it had in there, what it could run. It can run some Dreamcast games, but I'll tell you, the N64 ones run beautifully on here. I'm really impressed with that. But if you have any questions, feel free to shoot me a question in the box below, and I'll be answering as many as I can. I'll also put a link in the description if you are interested in buying one. Again, I don't get anything out of this. It's just me just trying to help you guys out a little bit. But anyways, have a great night. Take care, guys, and I will see you around. Bye.